Paige Bueckers and Angel Reese played their first game against each other. It's no secret that they're my absolute favorite players, so I was really excited for this game, and in some ways it lived up to the hype and ended up being a great overall game. These two didn't have like monster games, but first off, I don't really see Angel as a first or second scoring option on the sky, and it made no sense for Paige and Angel to try and over-insert themselves into this game when Enrique is going off for 37 points and Camilla had a career-high 23 points. Angel and Paige are just really smart and unselfish players that realized the winning formula, realized that their teammates were unguardable, and tried to get them as many shots as possible. I like Paige's overall game more, but Angel was all over the place in the clutch, so they both played really well given how the game played out. I knew this game was going to be a shootout because both teams had big mismatches and liabilities that could be exploited. First, for the wings liabilities, they started 6'1 Alyssa and 6'1 Maisha as their big options to try and contain 6'7 Camilla, so she had no option but to dominate. I love how this guy didn't try to overcomplicate things and just exploited the mismatch almost every time down the court, and that forced 6'7 Tierra in. I was confused about why she didn't start in this matchup because specifically when it came to like one-on-one low post defense, Camilla couldn't score on her, but she didn't get the start because she was exploited in other ways like not being able to guard the pick and roll and getting beat in transition and such. Also picked up 2 offensive fouls in less than 2 minutes, so she's just going to struggle to stay on the court and be a positive contributor. Maybe Tierra McCowan was the best option for Camilla on this night. Maybe she should have started, but honestly, Dallas just doesn't have a good starting level option at the 5. Chicago, on the other hand, for their weakness, they have Ariel, their only good point of attack defender, but that's it. She could only guard one of Paige and Enrique, which Tyler Marsh decided to have her guard Enrique for the entire game, and she guarded Paige when Enrique wasn't in the game. But that meant that Courtney had to guard Paige, so it was a situation where whoever didn't have Ariel on them, they could just run the offense with a liability on them. That's why I favored the wings going into this game because I believe that the Sky's guards were more exploitable than the wings bigs. Paige and Enrique were able to exploit Courtney both on and off ball. Every single time they put Courtney in action, they were generating a good shot, make or miss. I love the intentionality when it came to hunting her because she just couldn't guard Paige and Enrique. That's why halftime adjustments were necessary. Tyler kept Ariel on Enrique, but he switched the threes onto Paige, so that's Kia from the starting lineup and Beck off the bench. Then he hid Courtney on DJ for the rest of the game. In the third quarter, I liked Paige's defense, but Dallas as a whole played some really nice defense, and those defensive stops created scenarios where Enrique could run in transition and either score or create mismatches, create advantages. I feel like I saw a lot more paint crowding and taking away passing lanes and such, which limited Camilla's effectiveness. Then when Tierra entered the game as a rim protector, that forced the Sky to play through other players that made some shots here and there, but it wasn't as efficient as playing through Camilla, so that's a win for the Dallas defense. Then in the fourth quarter, I have questions for both coaches. Angel Reese sat out from the 4:53 mark of the third quarter to the 5:41 mark of the fourth quarter. Michaela was taking up her minutes. She got to run a whole 5 or so minutes with the closing lineup, which makes no sense to me because while she had a positive plus minus, that's because she was playing with the starters. She was barely involved in the defense and the offense, so to me, there was no reason to play her over Angel for that long when Angel provides offense and defense at a higher level. Then for the Dallas coach, Chris Koklanis, they started the quarter out losing 6-4. Then when he took Paige out at the 8:30 mark, within the span of a minute, the Wings gave up a 5-0 run and the lead. Paige needs rest. He played her for the whole entire third quarter and all but 1 minute of the fourth quarter. He's running her into the ground in a position where it makes no sense. No Ty Harris hurt, but in this game, JJ, while I didn't like the first lineup that she was in, she gave some good minutes. Also, Isaiah gave some nice minutes in the Connecticut game and didn't even play in this game. That just makes no sense to me. I think that Tyler Marsh made a good adjustment by getting Beck Allen on Paige, taller, faster, but also I think that Paige was tired as well, and there's enough guards on this team to where Paige doesn't have to play like 36 out of 40 minutes. Anyways, when Angel finally got back in the game at the 5:40 mark, she just took over. She's rolling to the rim. She's running the floor and scoring in transition. She's initiating a dribble handoff for Beck, and she's finding her fellow skyscraper in transition. She's getting a key defensive rebound to end an important defensive possession, and she's getting a good contest up on a Paige Bueckers 3-point shot. She's so versatile and showed that you can be clutch without playing hero ball and shot chucking. She just played some high IQ basketball. She's a winning player. While on Dallas's end, instead of trying to exploit the fact that Courtney was guarding DJ, like maybe put her in some type of action, they gave the ball to Enrique, which yes, she had the hot hand, and not saying that she didn't score on Ariel sometimes, but the majority of her success came in transition with the use of a screen or playing off ball, not trying to take Ariel one-on-one. She went away from what was working, so that's why she wasn't as effective on those final few possessions. Letting Courtney just rest on DJ was a big missed opportunity because getting Courtney in action was Dallas's key to scoring easier. And while Courtney didn't really have to guard like that, she was saving energy for offense. They totally lost that battle right there. So I recorded this whole video hours before the Paige injury news. I saw the potential play where it happened, but I didn't know that it was going to sideline her for a couple of games. So I'm like, yeah, hoping for a speedy recovery.